Here we go.
Oh, something in my mic.
It's all good. I got it. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, here we go.
Good
Ready?
morning.
Is you ready?
Nope.
Okay, we're going in hot.
And I believe she said we are going in hot.
Yes, yes, yes.
Good morning, Houston and surrounding states, countries, and continents.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If that applies to you, I say it's a good morning.
It
Yes,
sure
it
is.
This, hold on. I can't hear y'all, but I can hear y'all, and it sounds real weird. This
We
is
here.
Hope Over Hurt
Good
and
morning.
HOH 77.7 Digital Radio.
Yes.
It's already in you.
Yeah, amen.
I'm Wendy J. Turner here with the Hope Over Her family for Love Is.
Our arsenal.
They gonna say it like they mean it this time, I promise. 1, 2, 3. Love is
Our arsenal.
Your voice is not in need of any Luden's cough drops. Act like you can speak, Merlene. Don't play with me this morning.
You heard me prepare.
I did hear you prepare, and I can't really hear. Listen, today is a day. Thank you so much, Annie Entrepreneur. Those joining in, you look good too out there. Pappy C. Cherie Coleman, Tony Kennedy, good morning to you. Those joining on Kundi and Hope Over Her Nation, catch the full scope of what's going on in this house, HOH is 77.7 studio, on YouTube. Where? Hope Over Hurt Nation. Where again? Hope Over Hurt Nation. And it's real cute because it's got graphics on it and stuff.
Yeah.
So it looks real pretty. Amen?
Amen.
Amen. So we're glad you're really here, and I love it when I see Pappy and Cookie out on the East Coast say Arsenal. They finish the words with us because they know it so well.
They the
Ain't that
greatest.
something?
Yeah.
It is 6:06 a.m., 6:06. We're at the beginning of the hour. So wherever you are, you got a whole 4 minutes to do something special. Like, I don't know, brush your teeth, get ready. What is your hardest task in the morning? I'm looking for those to tell me. As I say my good mornings,
Roll out
I'm
the
going to
bed.
be listening to y'all on YouTube
Yeah.
because you can comment on there and somebody's watching.
Hardest
I'm going to
task.
be talking to you on Facebook and on Instagram and, of course, on the station where you can listen to it several ways, but we'll get to that in a minute. What is the thing that you struggle with in the morning the most to get ready?
Getting out of the
Waking
bed.
up.
Bishop Bernadette says getting out of the bed. What does Bishop, hold on, we got to do it. Bishop Bernadette, do 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 do, Bernadette, do 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 do, Bernadette, do 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 do, Bernadette.
Thank y'all.
So
Appreciate
you
the
said,
intro.
Bishop,
Yeah.
and you ain't noticed I don't have my headphones this morning, and they in the car somewhere.
So special.
I know I'm special, but I can't hear you saying that, and neither can the Facebook people. So I see how good it is. I can't really hear y'all.
We gonna bless you with some phones.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna put you in the loop.
Okay.
Getting out of the bed, making that decision after that second alarm goes off, okay, and making sure you don't sleep past it, because when you hit it, you either get up or you're gonna go back to sleep.
Okay, do you have to get through a lot of blankets and
No,
sheets?
no, I don't sleep under a lot of cover.
Okay, so you just can just stand up or sit up and just get
yeah,
down.
yeah, I just sit up on the side of the bed these days, because you have to do that nowadays. You sit up and
She got your whole spot. She's
Yeah.
sitting in your parking lot.
yeah, sit up and you just shake, just
Well, you
shake.
got to sit up and shake it out?
Yeah, gotta get the the arms and limbs to wake up and start moving. Put one foot down.
Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. See, this is making some people laugh. And what's interesting is I can really hear, you know what, this is real good. Can I tell y'all why? I see how much Facebook and Instagram can't hear y'all.
Yeah.
So y'all really can't hear Bishop Bernadette.
They
But
can't
she
hear
just said she sits there and puts her Absorbine Jr. on.
Come on.
And she rolls on her ointment and her green salve. And then
once
she
you get out the
proceeds to the bathroom. That's what she said. That's her. That's not what you said.
Not quite.
Oh, but you sit up and think about it.
You did colorization on my
I know. Because I
my
too,
narrative.
listen, my bed sits real high.
yeah.
And so I have a step stool
Yep.
to get.
I used to have one of those too.
That
Yeah.
means I'm short. It's
Yeah.
not cute.
No, it
Not
means the
cute.
bed's just too high. I used to have one.
Sis, you were
Been
really
there, done that,
wild.
got that T-shirt. I had to have a step stool until I got different mattresses, which brought it back down to normal. We were floating in the air for a
We're
while.
still floating, and I got it. That's a new mattress.
That's- yeah.
Because my mattress was hurting my shins,
How's
was
it-
hurting my rotator cuff, it was
and
hurting
how
my
are you
shoulder and my
sleeping?
back. Yeah,
You sleeping
some
better?
days it's good, but I do get on the ground and stretch it out and
Yeah.
make sure the neck is okay and the knees is operating and the hips have a little functionality and
get
stuff
them
in
hips together. Something about them hips these days at this age.
Sis, I got the Absorbine Jr. I know it's Absorbine.
Yeah.
I got the Absorbine
Absorbine.
Jr. sitting on my nightstand.
The Tiger Balm too. You got a
No,
little
I got the
Tiger
Tiger
Balm.
Balm. That's
we got the
Merlene.
That's the
Tiger
good
Balm.
stuff.
The Tiger Balm on your
Yeah,
nightstand. Have you
well,
tried
see,
Absorbine?
what happened?
She don't even know what Absorbine is.
The
That's
man
for
that
her
Ed is
time.
married to, he uses all that.
We need to get you some Absorbine.
Do you know what Absorbine Jr. is?
No, they don't. These young
I
folk don't
do.
know about
I do.
Absorbine.
I do.
Well, you need it. It
And
really
I know about
works.
the one that's green that smell like the menthol. That
But
you
it
rub on.
works.
Yeah.
No, it really numbs you for a minute.
I had a friend that sprayed what is it called?
WD-40 on their body?
Yes, on their knees.
I got some
Hold on,
WD-40.
wait.
What?
I had
No,
a bad
that's illegal. You should not do that to your body. That's not good for
You
your
can't hear her,
bloodline.
y'all. Wait a minute.
That's not good for your
needed relief.
bloodline.
Wait a
They
minute.
not, they not metal. Like,
But
what?
It's like because the joints, they
Yeah,
don't
so
open
it-
down.
yeah.
So they joints to open and close, so they oil them.
Yeah.
Did
yeah.
it work?
Well, but it's not good for your bloodline.
Did
It
it
ab-
work?
No, I'm not gonna tell you it worked because then you go out and try it. No, you don't put
Okay,
that on
listen,
your. That goes
Linda.
into your skin.
No, it. Who? Why?
Your
So
skin
wait.
is your biggest muscle on
No,
your body.
sis, you
It
don't
would
have to tell
absorb
me
it.
the
Largest
logic.
organ.
I'm trying to imagine in my spirit
Yeah, like,
somebody taking their knees
That's
and
what
their
I-
joints
Yeah,
and saying
it
it
was
needs
spread.
WD-40.
Keisha, did you go?
Y'all, that's a lie from hell. Do not
Yeah,
do this.
Do not do that. Yeah, absolutely.
But somebody would think that they know oil their joints because their joints was dry.
That's what they thought.
Mother
'Cause they
Merlene
creaky.
has
There
some.
is a leak
Yo,
in
had a
this
bad
soul
idea.
building
And
in
them
my
seats is low.
soul.
If you got to go to the garage to get something, for
Something
your-
wrong with that
that's
picture.
just not supposed to
You
happen.
got it. Repeat that.
You're not supposed to go to the garage to get stuff for your body.
Come on.
Wait,
now.
if you
not
go into the
okay.
garage,
It's
or to-
already a bad idea.
It's a
That's
bad
for your
idea.
that's for your car.
So here's our PSA today.
Lube your car.
If you, family, my brethren and sisters, are going out to your garage for any healing or your utility closet, chances are you out of line and on foul. Do not, and I repeat, do not put WD-40 on your knees.
WD-40.
do not.
That is to oil the joints of your doors. Hello, John Lacey. That is to oil the joints of your car and your doors to make them not squeak, not your bones.
Yeah.
Tanya, you've hit me off hard with that
I
one.
Yeah, that
apologize.
was
That I knew a friend. It was a former coworker.
Oh, wow. Did it work? You're
Well,
afraid to
they
tell
said
us.
it did, but but it was not good. He's no longer here. He's passed on. And he had cancer when he died.
Oh, could it be from the
I
WD-40?
don't know, and I'm not saying that
we
it
not-
is.
we
All
not
I'm
gonna do
saying
that.
is
I'm
do
sorry, I
not put that
sneezed.
on your body.
Y'all don't do that. No, seriously. That, toxins are real.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Good morning to you.
There are other lubricants for your joints.
Just don't go outside to your garage.
Come
and
on,
get
that's not
nothing.
the
No,
place.
no.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
You know,
Okay, wait
you
a
know
minute.
your grandmother used to take in Vicks Ave. She used to swallow it.
She made me
you can
swallow it.
I heard
That-
you can swallow it.
I don't see how that
could
could
until
be.
I was an adult.
I don't see how that could be good for you either.
Wait, my grandmama told me it was okay.
Yeah, of
and
course.
she used to make me swallow it
This,
too.
this is the same lady that kept castor
Your
all
whole
on the
throat
kitchen
was
table.
numb. You thought it was okay.
Okay, wait, I want to hear y'all remedies coming up. So wait a minute. All
my.
those who are joining us on YouTube, we want your comments, Facebook, Instagram. Just let us know what y'all did. Because my grandmother, she did make me swallow Vic Sal.
Yeah.
I thought it was a thing.
Not
Okay.
good.
So wait a minute. The next thing I have up here. Wait a minute. That's not true. Now it is. Sister L, what is the hardest thing about getting up for you in the morning?
You know?
No.
No,
I
I
don't.
don't. You know, okay, you don't know. It's twofold, because part of me, my head is like, yes, we're getting up. My body is like, no, we're not.
Okay, well, wait. Let me retract the question and reframe it. How about what is the hardest thing about getting up, getting dressed, and getting out in the morning? That's for your work day, whoever you are. What's your struggle?
For me, leaving the newly married person in the bed while I get up and it's still dark.
Oh, let me go and say. Okay, next. I need my tape too. I need my bell. Okay. All right, that was a bell for those of you who can't hear everybody. All right, so Sister Merlene, what is the difficult thing? You sound real spry and peppy this morning, Miss Merlene. How do you feel?
She riding good now.
Miss Marlene, I want to tell you something. Today you are on punishment, so the next segment you're gonna have to watch what you say after these commercial breaks, okay? Because we're watching you. You gave some real bad advice, and a lot of people took their children out of school illegally, mind you, and took them so they could have wine at Chuck E. Cheese for Grandparents' Day. That was some
It was a
tomfoolery,
celebration.
ma'am. You have several seats today, so we're watching you. You're on break now. Well, what is the hardest thing for you getting up and getting going in the morning?
picking out my clothes. You know, you got to get your good suit, your good pantsuit or your skirt suit.
Oh.
And, you know, you just be flipping like, what color do I want to be today?
Oh,
And,
okay.
you know, you try to lay it across the bed at night, but I sleep real bad. So
Oh.
it just be gone by the morning time.
Oh, and wrinkled.
And wrinkled, so I can't put it on no more.
You can't
so
use no fabric sizing.
I don't, no,
You don't know about that? Okay, so I haven't heard any comments yet. When we come back, I'm hoping during our break you will have typed something to let us know what's your struggle in the mornings. For me, it's getting lights off.
Lights off.
Get lights off and on, the transition. When we come
Okay.
back, we have more to come. Keep it locked here. Rise up and pray. All right, everybody, it's a quiet day in the studio. I don't have my headphones, but I'm going to tell y'all this. I've learned that you on here can't hear as well. So you're missing some good stuff. Is that my song?
Mm-hmm.
Can we turn it up in the studio?
You gonna
Is anybody saying anything good?
Shula.
Good garage healing ministry.
It's not my business.
Okay,
She at the
Shalonda's on her
door?
way. She said her eyebrows. Yes.
Okay.
Come on out, Shalonda. Come on out, Sister Ruth Ann Mosby.
say
That's her
knock,
name.
knock.
YouTube, we
That's
can
Dr.
see your
Hot
comments
Girl.
and you can see us full studio. So YouTube it, okay? But what is your toughest thing? Those joining us this morning. Can we get that in the house?
I turn all the mics off. Here we go.
And we're back. This is Wendy J. Turner right here with Hope Over Her Family. Rise up and pray. This is how. Oh, Father, let me start again. Take two behind the scenes. Where's my, give me my take two sign. It's
Now
right
we-
there.
now we back. Now
Just
we
lean in.
Now we
Now we
What?
now we back.
Now we're back.
That is just some.
That's why you need your headphones.
That's why you need your
Hold on.
headphones.
Don't y'all go get 'em.
Yeah.
Good morning, folks. Again, this is Wendy J. Turner with Rise Up and Pray Take 3.
yeah.
Here with the Hope Over Hurt family. We are here to inspire you, to motivate you, and most of all, to pray with you, for you, for things concerning you.
Amen.
Love is
Our arsenal.
And this team has no good sense. That's why they do what they do. Take 5.
Yes.
All right. I am without headphones, and it's not a good thing. It means that there was a whole lot going on in the atmosphere this morning and just getting it all together. But we are here talking about what gets you struggling in the morning. And the last thing I was telling you all, for me, I struggle with the lights because I try to make sure all of them are on and off. So just coordinating lights so I don't wake anybody up or trying to, that takes extra time.
And having a tiptoe.
And having to tiptoe, or then that light didn't work, so that one's got to work, and then you go. It just, I can't get rhythm.
Yeah.
That's the word.
I
I
like
do
that,
not have
rhythm.
habits. Like, really, I'm not one who's habitual. So for me, I don't get coffee in the morning. I don't do a certain thing in the morning. I'm not habitual. So
it
that
helps
makes
to
for a
be
very
like that
interesting morning 'cause
sometimes.
No.
I start off however. What you got?
That's rough. Well, I've heard that
Hold
the
on.
the
You know
first
you've been
10
indoctrinated
minutes.
into your name, so we got to say it online.
Dr.
Oh,
Hot
come
Girl.
on.
Shalonda Gibson, you are no longer Shalonda Gibson in here.
I'm
You were
clutching.
my speech therapist, but now she's Ruth Ann Mosby. Everybody, let's clap
I've
for Ruth Ann.
transitioned, and she is clutching her pearls.
Welcome.
Yeah, she be clutching the pearls in that lace glove.
Oh
as
my
appropriate.
God.
I will get me a lace
Wait,
glove.
what's her name? Because I've been calling her Dr. Hot Girl. I don't know who y'all talking about.
Well, see, that was my street name before I was
Oh,
saved. So
8100.
now-
Oh, okay. L knows you as this other one.
Wait, she's
But the
Ruth
church
Ann,
had transitioned me to
There you go.
Ruth
It'll do
Ann.
it to you.
Ruth Ann Mosby.
Ann Mosby.
My.
I like it.
So you were gonna tell us something about getting Merton going?
Oh, you were talking about the morning routine. So
Yep.
the first 10 minutes are the most important. So what you do in that first 10 minutes, whether you're giving thanks or praise or whatever it is, it helps to jumpstart your day. And I try to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But I guess these eyebrows being right is what jumpstarts my day, because that's the hardest thing. But when I get them right, I feel right all day long.
Wait,
Your eyebrows.
So your eyebrows
Yes.
are the jump. I can't. Okay, so
I mean,
wait, hold
after
on,
I
let's
say
look at
thank
these
you,
eyebrows
Lord,
real
you
quick,
know.
folks.
I know. How they looking? Are they even?
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Jesus.
you see. Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Are they good?
They
See,
good.
I'm
Do you see
good.
what's happening in my
My
life?
day is going to be great.
Her
gonna
day
be
is gonna be great because her eyebrows on fleek. So
It's going to be great.
the first 10 minutes, she said, jump starts the day correctly and gets you in path. I'm gonna say today, it is still in honor of National Learning and Development Month, and we just learned something. Did you know that the first 10 minutes of your day matters?
It matters.
That's
That's
important.
something new that I learned today.
And the grandbabies are not as bad as Jaden to get dressed, per Ms. Broussard. As I watch the family of HOH speak to one another out here online and in person. I love this.
Amen.
All right, so Mother Merlene, we have a set. Hold on. I need to do like the car dealers do. We're not responsible for anything that you hear next. Anything that you hear next is going to be a disclaimer on HOH. HOH cannot hold responsible for anything comes out of Mother Merlene's mouth. With that said, Mother Merlene is Mother Merlene. Have your coffee with Mother Merlene. Mother Merlene,
Please, Sister
please
Dorley.
exercise caution, ma'am. And make sure that the
try.
people here can hear because they love it when they hear.
I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna help you.
Okay, so y'all know that the HOH 77.7 motto is "It's already in you."
It's already.
But we have a reason for that, Merlene. I'm not afraid to use it.
I don't know.
So
I'm scared.
It's already in you, but it might not already be in your bank account.
Oh. So it's out there. Oh, God. Help us today,
Here we
Father.
go.
Come through, mother.
Here we go.
So there was a couple in Pennsylvania who woke up one morning
I heard about
and
that.
found $120,000
Yes.
deposited into their bank account.
Really?
Yes.
So apparently the teller at the bank typed the wrong account number. So the money went into the wrong account.
Uh-huh.
And these people, they had a good old time. Ooh, they had a good time,
So
yeah.
you can't get it back.
They spent $107,000
Of 120.
in 2 weeks.
So in 2 weeks,
Yes.
they spent 107,000. 112 was deposited.
120.
120.
Do we know what they bought?
Was yes.
yes.
Okay, wait, so we get nosy. So wait, these people in Pennsylvania then found some money in their account on accident. In 2 weeks,
They
spent 107 of 120 of money that's not there.
Yes.
Keep going.
They had 1,100 when they
Previously.
prior to this blessing that came.
So they had
upon
11. Oh, they told all their business.
Yes.
So that's not right. $1,100 in their bank account before the blessing.
The mere
then
fact
what
that they
happened?
thought they can keep it was crazy.
Exactly. So they went
They
out and
thought it was a
bought
blessing.
a camper, a Chevy race car, and gave out $15,000 to their friends who were in need.
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
And
Oh, Father,
originally,
help me for what I
the
just
wife said that she would set up a payment plan. This was around June 20th
To pay it back.
to pay it back.
Oh, she thought she had
Because
a,
it
a
was
free
o-
loan.
Yeah, it was overdrafted by $108,000
Oh, when they corrected it.
when they corrected.
So
it.
basically, she's saying y'all gonna get this money when y'all get it.
I'm gonna give
That's
y'all
it.
$15
Till the
on the
police
first
came
and
knocking.
$15 on the 15th, and we gonna work this out.
And that's what she said.
My
So
hand
they
is
bought
in
a
the
whole
air.
camper,
That's not the
a whole Chevy race car,
Yeah.
Chevy
and
race
gave some friends some money in need and
Yeah.
said they're going to get on a payment plan with the bank.
That good interest free loan.
$15 on the 15th. Go ahead.
And they were arrested, and
Yes,
they
they
were
were.
out on $25,000 bond.
But wait. Go ahead, you first.
No.
But, I mean, but they knew that the money wasn't theirs, and they felt bad for a little bit, but
Not while they were spending it.
Wait, they
Right.
were
They felt
arrested
real good.
because
Right, that's what I want to know.
I don't know. He didn't. I'm sorry. I don't have.
They were arrested because they spent the money and they didn't return the money. The
After
money was
they
not
knew?
theirs.
They
After
were
they- of
dodging.
course
The
they
bank,
knew.
the bank was calling them, and they just
Yeah, they
weren't
stopped
answering
They were
receiving the
like-
calls. Yeah.
They were like, we're not home.
let me
They-
tell you what
they
they were
blocked
saying.
their
We're on our
God
boat.
forgive me. Jeb, don't you answer that phone.
Please.
I'm not here to tell you what's going on. We're getting that camper, Jeb. We're getting that camper if we don't have to do nothing else. We're
Right.
getting that Chevy race car.
Yep.
You better go and stay somewhere with
Whatever
that.
you say,
Yeah,
Mama.
Bank. I don't know nobody named Bank.
Mama,
Whatever
God,
you
please.
say, Mama.
I'm
got
gonna go.
the
That's
wrong
what
number.
happened.
I want a Chevy race car, Mama.
Yeah,
Want
I'm gonna
this
get it,
car
Mom.
all
I've
night.
always had a dream of a Hold on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Oh my
nobody put it
goodness.
in investments.
No, none of that.
No.
No.
None of that.
Nothing. Just
But how do you tell
Consumers
the
by
bank-
nature. That's what.
How
most
How do you
people
not
are.
answer FDIC insured money?
Right.
How do you not know?
I'm gonna set up a payment plan. No.
They
They knew you
said-
had $1,100 in there. So how they gonna believe that you're gonna pay back $107,000?
Come on now.
we'll pay you back next month. What is that? What is that? When I get my check.
When I get my
next
check,
week.
I'll
Get
pay
my
you
check.
back.
My check on the 1st and the 15th.
Okay, I can't. So it's already in you. It might not be in your bank account. Is your message, Mother Berlin? Well,
That's a word.
But God is faithful though, and it's gonna be in there if
who paid their bill? The friends to get 15,000.
Okay.
Because
They-
if I'm
they was
correct,
still
25,000 is
10,000, yeah.
2,500. If just from my old time of knowing. If you get a $25,000 bill, don't people to give 2,500 to post it? 10%. Yeah, come on now.
10%.
Yes.
Yeah, 10%. So did the friends who they gave the 15,000?
they better have.
Get them the 15 back and get them out of jail.
You see my face? I'm like, hello.
No, they didn't remember nobody's phone
They
numbers
number was
in jail.
blocked too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know anybody in
This
jail.
is a
No, let me
sad
tell
story.
you,
It
because I don't
really
answer
is.
unknown numbers.
Yeah.
Somebody
And it
called
was
me
a-
at 4
a
o'clock in
young-
the morning the other day, and I was like, who is this calling
It
me?
was Jesus.
And I woke up
Jesus
surprisingly,
is on the main line.
and I was like, that's an unknown number. I don't know.
Wow.
And I just turned over, and my friend was like, "You're that friend." I was like,
Jesus is
'Cause I was on the side of the
main
road.
line.
Isn't that
Tell
weird?
him what you want. He said, I'm calling you. Ain't answer.
rolled over.
and I didn't answer. He stands knocking or calling.
Jesus
and-
was
Because they
calling.
needed
A
you.
shoe
you.
look.
And
Well,
you put
see,
him
I
on
thought
hold.
about it after the fact, and I was like, "Who would be calling me
Shoot,
at
I'm
that
calling.
time
Yeah.
from an unknown number?"
They told
And
me to
I
call
did.
Oh, he
tell.
was incarcerated temporarily. Is that what you're saying? That's
Who,
why he
Jesus?
called?
Oh.
No.
Wait!
The 4 o'clock call.
Pause.
She don't know who the
Okay.
fuck
Okay.
I'm trying to figure
Reel
out.
back in the.
She said, who
Jesus was not incarcerated. Hold
I'm
on.
like, Jesus?
I need help. I need help. Help.
I thought she
Bishop
said there was a
Bernadette was
friend
doing
that called
something
you at
else.
4 o'clock in the morning.
No, my friend, when I told her about it, she said, I was that friend that doesn't answer the phone because I
I
turned
see.
over. No.
Okay.
And they were talking about Jesus. Oh, I'm
gotcha.
clutching my pearls.
Okay.
Jesus don't incarcerated.
temporarily.
When
He
you
was
said,
persecuted,
here's how
but not incarcerated.
But here's how miscommunication can happen. I
Yes.
thought she said that she was that friend, meaning that she was that person that could call, that could rely on, and they could call you 4 o'clock in the morning. Because I thought they got what arrested because y'all were talking about bail bonds.
This is what
Oh.
happens
that's what
when
happened.
you're up
Miscommunication.
early
It's like a
and your
game of
logic
telephone.
don't
Got
reach
it. That
everything
broke
you're
the
trying
telephone.
to say
See,
in
there
good
you go.
faith. Amen.
Now,
That's okay.
She
We
meant
now
it
we
well.
clear. I did mean
It's
well.
just early.
It
Pray
is.
for us.
It's early.
Amen.
Mhm, okay.
That we know Jesus is not incarcerated.
Amen.
And we
Amen.
know that you don't put WD-40 on your joints because that's what we talked about earlier if you missed
We're
that.
learning today.
Please don't put
This
that on
is a
your joints if they
learning-
ache. That is a public service announcement.
This is
Yes.
a learning moment.
Father in heaven. Okay, with that said, I know Ray Johnson laughs at us every day.
Yeah.
Good to see that, Ray
morning,
Johnson. She be
Ray.
laughing. Good morning to the good people joining us here on Facebook, Instagram, and those joining us on YouTube. It's real good to see. What is the thing that you eat in the morning?
Well, used
What?
to.
Yeah. Some people say it's too early to
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
And some people say the digestive system needs several hours before it gets food to break the fast. That's what breakfast
Yes.
is.
Yes.
So, what do you do in the morning? How many of you are good about getting your water first thing?
Yes.
Oh, I do
That's the
do
first
that.
thing I do.
You do?
Because you wake up thirsty because you dehydrate overnight when you're sleeping.
Good for you. That's smart.
Oh, that's why you wake up
that-
thirsty.
and
Drink some
I keep a
water.
bottle of water. I keep my thermos with me, and I walk with a thermos all night long. So I drink water throughout the night as well as the first thing I get up in the morning.
That good first
And
10
that's
minutes.
smart. So she keeps hydrated.
Makes a lot of
Water.
sense.
So a lot of people are doing the water thing. See that inspires me. That inspires me real good. That inspires me real good. Okay,
If it's
folks?
going to inspire you,
So,
it's going to move
what'd
you,
you
though.
say?
If it's going to inspire you, is it going to move you?
Is it go-
Or you just inspired?
move.
Move you to do it.
Move you to drinking water in the morning.
Oh, I thought you meant.
And as a good
Not that
voice
kind of
coach,
Because it
I
does
definitely
move you.
recommend that too.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
The doctor has
She's
spoken.
been not doing her
The
voice.
voice police.
You know what? When we come back,
haven't
more
been on my
news that you
watch.
can use and more scriptures that may bless you. Don't go anywhere. We're right here with you. It's Rise Up and Pray. Wendy J. Turner, loving the HOH Morning Prayer Team. Love is our arsenal. We'll be right back. Look, and I'm on time with that. At the bottom of the hour with no headphones.
You were good.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Hey, people.
It's a lot out this morning.
Okay, Sister Patricia says lemon water.
Yes, that's good for your metabolism.
Yeah, I had some fresh lemonade this morning.
Ooh, no ma'am. That acid, good. No ma'am. No.
It was lemons. What did you say?
You
just
said
good
lemon?
for-
So lemonade and lemon water?
I have one problem. It was lemons and some water that I squoze
Oh, okay.
with sugar, and now it became acid. You just said it was good for me at first.
A little, no, water.
You said lemon water.
Just a little.
Lemon water is good.
That's
Little,
lemonade.
little squeeze, a little squoze.
You want cycles?
But you rolled them lemons.
Yeah, look, right. If you taste more lemon than
Got all
water.
the juice out
It
there.
was lemonade, and I don't know how it became acid.
Or you just want to go back? I mean, I got other music. I'm just asking.
Let's come back in and who's news?
Okay.
Oh, did we talk about Jay-Z yesterday? And what's going on now? Or we're not talking about him anymore?
I don't know.
Anyway, talk to y'all later again. Thanks for watching. You need headphones. You missing all kind of good stuff.
What?
Okay, I got to switch these.
Do we have time? Because I can go.
They
look.
missing it too. See, I'm here with the people. The
Oh,
people
you
can't hear
people.
neither.
Okay.
These people, I'm trying to get them to see YouTube. It's so cute if you go to YouTube.
30
Our
seconds.
YouTube channel has graphics.
Hope Over Her Nation.
30
on
seconds.
YouTube.
30
Subscribe,
seconds.
Like and share.
Say it again.
Hope Over Her Nation.
Say it again.
Hope Over Her Nation.
Where?
On YouTube.
Like,
Subscribe.
share.
Please. Please.
Please.
15 seconds.
These are the ones.
And download the app.
Here we go.
777
Is it
Radio.
time?
Hope Over Her
15
Nation.
seconds.
No, it didn't. Now.
If you had your-
Should be.
If you had your headphones,
Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're back this morning. This is Wendy J. Turner listening in behind the scenes and in front scenes. I promise it feels like front line some days. Here with the Hope Over Her family on HOH 77.7, the digital radio station that you can catch 24 hours a day. You can listen a few different ways. Y'all, guess what? We're on the app radio.net.
Yeah.
Right.
We're on the app Hope Over Hurt.
Yes.
We're on streammitter.com.
Amen.
All right. And also HOH777.com. You can
Yes.
listen live and just watch us as we build the blocks of this station.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We are going to be building it. It is 24 hours a
That's
day. And
amazing.
it is
Yes,
amazing.
yes, we're
and
excited.
it's not just gospel.
No, we
It
have
is some other music.
we've got some
That
Afro
music
fusion
in the
up in here
background
now.
right now makes me feel like
Yeah,
an
we got
adult.
Afro fusion in the rotation now.
Right.
I feel like an adult with this background music. we got.
No,
trying
doesn't
to
it
rub
feel
in
I'm
that
trying to
other
make y'all
headphones.
feel like y'all got something
I
going
want
on.
to sit up straight.
All right. So tell me this. What's going on, Ruth Ann Shalonda?
Well,
And
in the news.
Speaking to the mic so we can make sure
Yes,
they can hear
this
you.
is true. Well, Jay-Z has us clutching our pearls yet
oh
again.
man, not again.
Because he came
that
in.
hair.
Oh my goodness. Is it the
Oh,
hair?
my mama hates his hair. Oh, she hates
Isn't it? Well, speaking of hair, this is related to hair.
Really?
What?
Because he came into the NFL talking about his platform to do good
Yeah.
and all of the policies. And one of the charities that Rock Nation and the NFL gave to called the think it's called the Crushers or something like that. They bring young black men in and teach them professionalism and life skills and
Okay.
things like that, professional development, and they were cutting their locks. This is what they were saying. They were cutting their locks, and there was this picture of one of the founders of the organization, this Caucasian lady, holding scissors and cutting off this young man's locks. So he was in the news.
Wow.
So that's kind of what they're doing as one of their platforms.
It's to cut their hair.
Okay, wait.
Yes, speaking of hair, cutting the locks that's been the thing. And he said that wasn't the case, that this young man, the woman came out and said this young man asked them to do it. He wanted to do it, but he's in the news again. That's one of the platforms. So
Wow.
So I was kind of wondering if there was a twist here, Shalonda, because when I'm listening to this, it makes me think, okay, wait.
Okay.
So we know that would have been a cultural death
Yeah.
road to him for PR and everything else.
Right.
So it would have had to been that young man wanted to do that because you know that is becoming, as a matter of fact, it's against the law in some states. I think California is one of them.
Well, this was in 2016 now that I'm looking at it. So the picture surfaced. So they've given recently, apparently. Let me see. Let's see.
so the reason
Crushers Club. That's what it's called.
Okay, Crushers Club. So
Wow.
what was the purpose of cutting locks so that they can have
Professionalism?
a more professional look?
Professional, yes, the part of the professional development.
You know, and I've got no problem with the locks as long as they're not nice and neat and clean, because there are now TV personalities that actually wear their hair more natural,
Sure.
but it's a more natural, kept look than
Yes.
just the wiry, just unkept, look. And I can go with that because I'm all about being professional, because I believe as these athletes become more mature,
Right.
and they learn how to present themselves in the workplace, that gives them more opportunity to earn more income through signing up
Endorsements,
endorsements.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
So because you can't have to me, having a full mouth, a grill, does not benefit you. But when you carry yourself in a very professional look, you have to look beyond your career as a football player.
Right.
You can't stay in that mindset. There are football players, unfortunately, that only see the first 2 years of their career. They don't see
That's true.
themselves
If
after
you
their
get 3,
career.
that's a blessing.
Exactly. They don't see themselves past their career, and so that's when they get caught up. They spend all their money if they're not in a management type program, and you have to be able to plan for your future. In order to do that, you've got to be able to play the part now. You've got to be that person now, and because you're in the limelight now. So carrying yourself a certain way right now really helps you and benefits you in the long run. It actually projects into your future if you do it the right way. So I mean, if the brother, if he wanted his locks, cut off, great. But
Yes.
if they've got locks and they're wearing their 3-piece suits or whatever the case may be, or they're just dressed down real nice and neat,
Yes.
hey, more power to them.
This is
That's how I feel.
an issue that my own son, that was an issue. Like CJ started his locks, but I was concerned. I was concerned at how he would be perceived from
Right.
someone that actually didn't know the culture. He's an actor. So I wondered, is that going to hinder some of his performances, some of his pieces? But one of his main characters that he's playing this year is Basquiat. And
That's
he
perfect.
wanted to really give the character.
Right.
He wants his voice to be what you hear, not his hair.
Right.
That is amazing. So
Yeah.
Sally Hazelgrove is the founder of Crushers Club, and this happened in 2016. And she said it was done without much thought. And out of 500 youth going through our doors, I cut 2 young men's hair because they asked me to.
Okay.
And we are a family structure, and so I did it and didn't really think about it after that.
Wow.
And now she has regrets, and she promises that it won't happen again.
But 2 out of 500 is really
Yes.
so. That means there's no bad intent behind it. She was just
Right.
doing
It
what
wasn't like it was
asked
a,
her.
a requirement to cut his
Right.
hair.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
he was in the news for that because he supported the organization.
I got you.
And
So
when the
he was-
picture
He was
surfaced,
attached to that.
yes,
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
yes,
Wow.
Guilty by association.
yes.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow.
This is what's up. Okay, so guess what? There was this story that I have for you all. And it's a story that happens for real. So, and then when I say for real, it's like I experienced it. It happened firsthand, I think the best words are.
Okay.
And I'm going to take it from Titus. I'm going to actually give a scripture, and we'll come back to it. But I just want you to take a look in your own time at the book of Titus,
Okay.
the 2nd chapter of Titus. And it talks about promote right teaching. All right?
That's good.
And promoting teaching. It's a great piece, and it speaks about training different types of people, women, men, youth, right? And so in this particular scripture, it says here to train up your children.
Yeah.
Or to teach young men what to do and how to respond, and so that they grow up knowing how to act. And so if you just read this for yourself, I find a lot of beauty and wisdom in it.
Yeah.
And some people may say, well, this is so over 2,000 years ago. And I'd say, yes, but please make it into the 2019 version.
Yes.
Find the good in it. One of the pieces says, let everything you do reflect integrity and the seriousness of your teaching.
Yes.
Right? And so when we look at the Bahamas, I can't not use this platform not to talk about it.
Amen.
Sadly, just so you know, much of the media is not getting the full gist. I've been in talks with those who are actually on the ground, and many, many more have been found dead than are being reported, as well as displaced. The stench has become really unbearable. Many of the military feel undertrained for this. They're not able to navigate the waters. Many of the islands are there, but you also have cays, C-A-Y.
Yes, right.
And the cays are affected so much so that many people attempted to maybe go to a cave for refuge and have been found there. So there are many pieces to this puzzle. I'm glad to know that the electricity is back a bit more in the Nassau area.
Yes.
But this country has become in many places uninhabitable. And they've been given a timeline, at least as of yesterday. This may have changed, but they were given a timeline to come and receive refuge for 3 days and then sent back. Also dealing with our sensitivity in immigration. Some of them were sent right back on a ferry when they did not have proper visa.
Seriously?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your president.
Come on.
It's ridiculous.
So I want you to say to yourself, what is happening and what's going on? So the news is sharing certain facets of this,
Right.
but we're not getting the full magnitude. I know that as of Monday, 800 had come through the tents for refuge onto the Fort Lauderdale soil. But they were only at that time allegedly given 3 days. And at that point,
To do what?
to figure it out. They were allowed 2 items of clothing.
Wow.
They got food and water, and they had certain color wristbands. Either you had a visa or you didn't. If a family member could connect to you, great. If not, you had to go back. And to what is the question?
Right.
One of the ferries
There's a reason they're here.
there's a reason they're here. But remember, how would that be fair if we're doing this with the immigration situation with other countries?
Yes.
So it's everywhere, and so I guess this couldn't be any different.
True.
So
But
refuge really isn't here right now,
There's
as we know.
no real refuge.
Right.
So much so that a ferry that it was a normal daily thing to go from Nassau to the States, 2.5 to 3 hour ferry ride.
Right.
Brought them all the way to the waters, to the banks of the U.S. When they realized the people on the ferry, if they did not have visas at that moment, it's so unorganized because this hit so tragically in the defense of everything going on, they were turned back around.
That's so sad.
So in this event, I'm getting this news, and I'm hearing all of this, right? And while we're in this moment, it's heavy.
Yeah.
So I go and do some cleaning. It's a long story, but I was doing some cleaning, and it was some things that me and Mom and BT were up doing, and it was just a lot. And so at that moment, I was doing that while handling some stuff for HOH. So it's kind of doing business and some labor. At that moment, my doorbell rang.
Okay.
Right.
And if that's already
Like-
strange.
Yeah.
I go to the door, and at the door, there are 3 people, 2 adults and 1 little bitty 2.5-year-old. And the 2.5-year-old extends his hands, and I took a picture of him, with a plate of cookies.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
He said, "Welcome to the
Welcome
neighborhood."
My gosh.
Thank
you. Wow.
And I went, firstly,
That is.
that's all I could do. I said, "Oh my God, this has blessed
got
my
love
soul."
Yes.
And I just looked at the parents, and they said, I said, "Do you know how this has blessed when
Right.
people have been in the trenches?
Yeah.
Or you're out working, feet on the ground, trying to figure out so many different things, if it's sex trafficking or looking at the pimp
Right.
I looked at this morning with the prostitute and
Yes.
feeling some kind of way.
Right.
If you've got clean water, you're thinking about those who don't. If you're looking at a sunset, you're looking at those who can't.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times my mind just goes into praying or just considering those who can't. But I saw Titus 2 come out and alive. Whether these people know Titus 2 or not, the warm chocolate chip cookies
Yes,
on
that's
this
that
paper
love.
plate
That is
with this
so
wax
ideal.
paper, and they let the little baby,
Yeah.
hand it to me.
Wow.
And I just began to talk with the parents, and they said, we just want to get to say hello and get to know who's here. I said, what you're doing in 2019 is unheard of, right?
Oh,
They said, we know, and that's why we want to do it. I said, you're engaging people.
Yes.
You're engaging.
That's real.
That's that demonstration of
people.
love.
That's that demonstration. It speaks of
Yes.
teach truth.
You got to get on the mic.
I'm sorry, teach truth so that your teaching can't be criticized. When that baby handed those cookies to me, and then finally I said, can I give them back to you? And you give it to me on a picture? He said, why? Why? You don't want the cookies? He's so innocent. He didn't get the photo that I was trying to get of this mom and him with the cookies. Y'all, I just wanted to tell you all, it blessed my soul. I got to sit there and speak with the family for a while, learned that the dad had no longer decided to keep his family in the States instead of moving to Saudi. Mom is a stay-at-home mom, and they just said, we just wanted to let you know we're here.
Wow.
Wow.
Rare.
Very.
Can we do that?
My.
Who's got the courage to do that in their neighborhood? And I believe you shared not too long ago, and I know we don't have much time here for the break, but you had told me that you had walked around your neighborhood, and that was a moment for you, an eye-opener. So I just wanted to encourage you. Do you know what you don't know? Encourage another today. When we come back,
Amen.
there's more. Rise up and pray right here. Am I not talking in the mic?
You want these back? Here.
You like, hey,
Take 'em
baby,
back.
you need
Let me make sure.
Hey, y'all know.
And start talking over there. I understand.
See, I'm trying to teach a value, but listen, if you're listening in on
That was a
Facebook
really
and
good
Instagram,
lesson. That is so
y'all can't hear
No.
good. So
when
I
you
can't hear
said
good
it
with
with
you.
the cookies, that was like plot twist in the best way.
Oh, the cookies?
Yeah. See, that's cute.
Oh, I'm telling y'all, it was the most.
That's that love
He
is.
said, welcome
Oh,
to
that's
the
the
neighbor.
Lord.
And he was this little. What happened? What?
Black. Yes.
Your ring?
It's here, yeah, it just, I went to put lotion on and went, boop, 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 boop.
Jesus. Reveal L's ring.
I see a fingernail down here.
You see a fingernail, girl, that's from last week.
So crazy.
Y'all, we on the floor looking for a wedding ring. I'm not kidding.
Bounce most likely. It'll show up.
And the ring.
It's black. Unfortunately, so it's like black gray carpet.
Okay, I'm just feeling you to see.
We'll run across it.
I'm just making sure it didn't pop in my purse.
Did we move this bag?
Did it fall in your bag?
We got 50 seconds. We good.
Today I'm gonna run out of here because I'm being led to pray at this hour, and it's hard to shift spirit. What's up? No, you found it?
It's behind you. It's like to the right over here by
Behind the
the
sign.
pop up.
Found it.
Oh, to the right.
Oh, right there.
When you started talking, I looked that way and I was like, oh.
My bad, honey, I didn't mean.
Your mama does that? Wow, I love it. Let me tell you
So you're
something.
going to pray, you said.
20 seconds.
I'm talking about when I leave here, I'm gonna have to, I gotta get, it's hard to be here in this place when it's still the energy. So I'm led in this season
To go.
for a certain energy. Yeah, it's gonna be for a season, yeah.
You know you didn't have to explain it.
No, I just wanna help me, because I will not.
Oh,
I need
leave,
to
you
be
mean.
able to run on.
Okay,
And y'all help
5
me.
seconds.
No, it didn't.
3, 2.
And we're back. This is a moment of inspiration, motivation, good news, things to reflect on. This is Rise Up and Pray. I'm Wendy J. Turner, a family member here, inspirational architect of Hope Over Hurt. And I'm here with the morning crew that believes in prayer as well. Hope Over Hurt family is here in the house. We've got Keisha, that's also known as Mother Merlene. We've got Shalonda Gibson, also known as Ruth Ann Mosby. Good morning. We've got LaTanya Johnson, also known as Bishop Bernadette behind the scenes. We've got Elle, who's known as 8100.
Whole bunch of them.
And together, that's what the house is. I'm seeing several prayer requests this morning, and I want you all to know I will be going into prayer after today, the segment for sure also. Amen. And so thank you for giving us names. I'm also making sure we're getting them written. So Kendrick Thomas, Tabby Taps, thank you, Shanna. I caught you. You said you're going to be praying with her. Elle, you had a moment. You said that the spirit of the message was still in your house.
The spirit of Sunday's message. The men
that was
had
beautiful.
They
was
did
incredible.
some stuff, and
Yeah.
I figured that the message would be heavy from the one that is the leader of my house. It was not.
You had a strong
The
message.
little
now.
ghost that's been running around my house is Dad Red.
My father of 78 years.
And I've been hearing and seeing his little pop up just randomly. Like, okay, I was about to, 8100. My mind is being renewed, so it's a struggle. So we get behind the door to do our vice that I ain't got
Right.
to tell nobody my business.
There you
Calm
go.
down, 8100. Calm down. Okay, so we locked the door.
The door to.
The door to the door that was keeping me separate from
There you go.
everybody else because I was trying to hide and do other things.
Okay, so
Okay.
your private bedroom
My
door.
private bathroom door.
You locked your bathroom door.
I locked my bathroom door.
So you went to
Okay.
the innermost sanctum of your house.
Yep, and locked it.
For
And I was just
privacy.
like, I'm safe. Nobody knows I'm in here. It
Y'all
is-
can't hear.
Yeah.
And then my phone rang,
Okay.
and it was my aunt. And me and my aunt had some real good fabric store chat by my aunt because I'm covering something. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I look at the phone and I'm like, do I want to answer? No, I got to. And then a little Dad Red went boop. Well, that could be the Holy Spirit
Way of
coming in,
escape.
calling you, trying to stop you from doing what you wanted to do. Because if you were supposed to do it, you wouldn't have locked the door now, would you?
Put that pencil down. Amen. Way of escape.
That's what I said. And then I answered the phone.
You said that out loud
I was just like,
in your bathroom.
You know she did.
So Daddy is doing deliverance in the dysfunction.
that
even
word.
in your bathroom.
That word, he
That's
was
called-
delivering.
That's
I
called
answered the
virtual
phone.
deliverance.
unlocked the
delivering.
door and just kept on doing what
What
I
time
was
was
gonna
this
do.
today?
This was yesterday.
Yesterday. Well, I know where you're gonna be this evening. So, with that said, there's a whole lot of stress going on up in this atmosphere.
Amen.
But Dad Rad gave this message, and I'm gonna tell you what, we were so blessed with 6 different males
Yes.
that share perspective, and there are more that are here that have so many gifts. We actually have men in HOH that praise dance.
Amen.
More than one.
What?
More than one.
Wait, who?
Yep, I know. Eric Dargan, who you don't see much.
Okay.
He praise danced for years with Windsor Village United Methodist Church. Yep. Right.
Yes.
Ed Mathis
witnessed
is a
it.
dancer.
Little twinkle toes. Tap.
All right. So we actually have men that praise dance. We have men that can sing. We have men that can pray. So it's great because they got to actually take the moment, and it was just
Right.
a blessed day.
It was.
But Dad Rat just kind of messed everybody up. And so my mama, just disclaimer, who's going to listen later on, most likely, she said, I just don't even know why he went with that whole message. Why was that his topic?
Really?
Yeah.
Because
She-
that was a word.
But
It
I
worked.
think it's hitting home because a lot of times when we are saying the things we are wanting instruction on and leadership, we're also coming from a place of the mistake.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so if you
Absolutely.
That is
were the
true.
one who was affected by the mistake,
Yeah.
then it still can be a bitter place
Yeah.
Right.
when you're still in forgiveness mode. May I impart this to you? I don't know how this will be received, but maybe this will bless you. Not sure. We want to forgive expediently. If we say forgive, many of us want the pain associated with the need to forgive
Right.
to work together, insert, and be done.
That's true.
Right.
But the catch is that a lot of times we will forgive and the pain lingers.
Yeah.
So then you begin to question the forgiveness.
Did I
Okay.
really forgive
Yeah.
them?
Yeah, because I'm still feeling away.
Yes. Every time I see them, I do.
Yeah.
So
And I feel
should the prayer be to forgive and to also forget if
I can't really hear you. Can y'all?
Oh, that's
In the microphone, we
the
can- in the
question.
headphones.
Oh. Forgive and
the-
forget.
Yeah, the
Do we
question should be should we
and
forgive and try to forget because what brings about the remembrance is because we've not let go, so it's hard to forgive if you've not literally let go of it in your mind and in your heart. So you're still thinking about the thing that has happened, that has transgressed you or irritated you or annoyed you,
Right.
and because of that, you've not forgotten about it. You might say, okay, I'm going to forgive you, because there are people. How can you imagine a person whose child was killed, and the parent says, I'm going to forgive the person that killed him, and they're in their heart they're doing that. They want to do that. They want to do right by God with that. But your child is gone, so the daily remembrance
You feel that.
of the affliction exactly is there, and so it's so hard to get to the forgiveness part. You can work towards it because it's not instant, so it's something that you want to progress towards because that forgiveness is not instant, but to say it starts the process. So to speak it begins the process of forgiveness, but you have to, the remembrance is always there until that becomes further back into the background. But losing a child or a loved one, that's not gonna be easy forgiveness.
Right.
I think there's many levels that are hard. Any type of
Yes.
betrayal, any type of straight, in your face attack.
Absolutely.
Are tough. But I guess I have a hard time being able to file and classify forgiveness because I think it's where your weakness is. That area that is attacked is going to be the hardest part for you to forgive.
Right.
So if you
That
struggle
is
with rejection, someone who hurt you,
Yeah.
that'll be a harder place to forgive. If you're not a
Absolutely.
jealous person and someone cheats,
Yeah.
that might be something easier for you than the person who needed loyalty.
That's
true.
I think it's where your gap is that the enemy uses for the place and the act of the struggle for forgiveness will be the one that is harder.
Yeah, he's
It
very
is
good
a
at that.
work,
You
It-
saying
and it
something.
takes time. And when I've
Yeah.
gone through things,
Yeah.
what happened for me and how God spoke to me, one, I heard to forgive someone is for you, right, and for you to be released. And what is it? I heard to take your foot off of the person's neck or whatever.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you did it,
Right.
and it happened. But then when God dealt with me on something, He told me to wish a person well. Like I still, though you hurt me,
Right.
Right.
and I still have the memory of the thing.
Right.
I wish you well.
Yeah.
Now, wisdom teaches us that if a person is not healed from the thing that they did, you
Yep.
definitely have to govern yourself accordingly.
Of course.
But to be able to say, I wish you well, and I mean that.
Right.
You
Right.
hurt me.
Pray for your enemies.
Yes,
The
you
word
pray
says
for your
that.
enemies. And then
Absolutely.
I started to pray for God to take away the memory or the sting of that so that I
That's
can
it.
move
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
That's it. So for me, one of the things I'll tell you there too, for me, and I think I can definitely bring this in with you.
Okay.
And by the way, my Bible is turned on the content overview, and I didn't know, on forgiveness.
Amen.
Just saying. Yep, I can't make it up. So here's the thing. When I think about those who have maybe wronged or things have just gotten awry, and I have moved on, I have forgiven,
Right.
I have said, I've forgiven it, I wish you well.
Mm-hmm.
You are not someone that I choose to share space with,
Right.
but I truly wish you well, and I'm going to pray even if you are an
Yes.
enemy, you may not have the covering. I may not be covering you the same,
Mm-hmm.
but I am saying I pray that God's blessings and
Yes.
answers come the way he
Right.
wants it.
Our
for you.
relationship is different.
Right.
Go
Our
out
relationship
there
is
and
different.
win, but we will
Right.
not do it together.
Right.
Right.
You know? So that part is definitely distinct from me saying, wow, but I still have a remembrance. And I may have the remembrance, but I don't want it to take the place of the forgiveness.
Right.
So doing them separate, almost like I know it's going to take time, Lord, but I want to have the heart of forgiveness.
That's
I want to
good.
have the heart of that little boy Ryan who came to my door with cookies, innocent,
Yeah.
and said, "You know what? Hi, here you go. I want to have that." But that takes the time. But if you separate them and say, "You know what? Remove the sting, remove the memory, help me move on," and that grace thing is tough, and sometimes it takes time
Yeah.
for you to get there. Listen, it doesn't mean that you're holding a grudge if you're trying to forgive.
Absolutely.
If you're working in forgiveness,
Work in progress.
doesn't mean you're holding a grudge if you're not walking around with a scowl, cussing that person out in your sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not doing those things, chances are you're not holding a grudge. You're trying to heal. I hope. I pray.
Hopefully.
All right?
Yes,
And someone
yes.
says it's harder to forgive when they constantly come back and forth to do more hurtful things on top of what they were forgiven for.
That's the tough part.
Ain't that something? And that's the one. And that
But is
part.
that where boundaries
Yeah, that's where
can
boundaries come
come
in place.
in? Because it's
yeah.
hard when it's a family member or someone that you love, and I get it, and that's where that repeated offense kind of comes in. But yeah,
So
boundaries.
there is this big painting, and I'm gonna just say this. There's this big painting. I'm gonna say the painting is 20 by 30. A beautiful drawing that was, and I'm just, me, transparent. It was assumed before my marriage, and it was a picture that BT fell in love with, a chalk pencil drawing of a man and a woman. He loves this picture because of the depiction of this couple. And it's a picture of the muscles and the hair and the intertwined bodies. And in his mind, that was a couple the way they should look. Through the years, the picture would find a place in the home, but it was a tough place because the picture always reminded me of something superficial and something that did not maybe look totally like us, but it was a thing that I couldn't explain the assignment to it. When we separated, he took the picture, surely, and where he lived, he placed the picture there. when he moved and we came back together, he brought the picture back. I said the picture could not come into my space because that picture was what you assumed beauty with whom you were with.
Right.
Wow.
Let's keep it 100.
Right,
I don't know
right.
how to do it any other way.
Come on.
That was a hard, broken part of my life.
Right.
I get it. And so with that said, I see it's 1 minute and 20. With that said, I know for a fact that when you do those types of things, people will do things and their self is involved and they miss the hurt and the broken.
Right.
So moving again, this picture was in the house. And I told God, and this is straight up, I said, you're going to have to help me.
Yeah.
He's smart because the picture's facing the wall. Because for the last few days, I've been seeing that picture broken. I've been seeing that picture thrown. Because in my mind, how dare you think the picture deserves any of my space where I breathe and I pray?
Right.
Because that picture brings back pain.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
So I have to be able to disconnect the forgiveness from the pain in order to function.
Yeah.
Amen.
A good
That's
book
the word.
a good book to read on this is the book of Philemon, New Testament. It is about forgiveness because we have received forgiveness from God, so we should forgive others. That does not mean we continue to deal with shim-sham.
Right.
It doesn't mean you still deal with foolish. It means set your boundaries, forgive, and heal. I'm Wendy J. Turner. We love you. We will be praying later, and we're praying now. Don't forget, love is our arsenal, and we love you.
Amen.
Until we meet again, bye for now. True moment.
That's a great way to
Yeah, that
end.
was
Yeah, that was
real
nice.
good.
But I understand. That's why I had to.
True moment. Love you.
I
See you
mean,
soon.
Had to get
if you
rid
can.
Of, all of my previous relationship items.
Oh, I've thrown away purses and nice bracelets and
Yeah, I went to
You
put on
gotta go.
shoes, and I was like, every time I put these tennis
Yeah,
shoes on,
Everybody waving. YouTube, goodbye.
bye.
You deep. You
Yes.
deep.